Hey guys, what is going on? Redmashed here, and welcome back to another episode of Cards and Castles. Today, bringing you another hidden combo. It's been a while since the last hidden combos, but with trying to get back into making some Cards and Castles videos, I know it's been quite a while. We've had a couple come up with the Cards TV commentary and the Necromancer vids. I figured we should also bring a hidden combo into the mix too, and this idea has been working on for quite some time, and I think it's the right time to show you guys. Now, granted, this is a spoiler. I should have probably done this a little later. I'm actually recording this part before the matches that you see before you. So the deck did place in 27, and I think that's because my ELO is getting progressively worse in the game. I've kind of taken a break to the ranking system, and I might do a separate video on how I feel about that at the moment, because it's not at its best state right now. And I really do think the game is in need for a tuning and upgrade for in a sense, and I assure you one is coming, but more on that at a future date. Anyways, we will be looking into the DoomDrake deck, which is a interesting combination of Doom Ship with some Drake aspects, and of course a little bit of ramp in there, and by little I mean just one piece of ramp, because that's how much I put into it. Anyway, so the deck is essentially an aggressive Doom Ship deck, but also combining the aspects of, you know, dragons, drakes, and how powerful they can get with the addition of Dragon Temple. So we're gonna run the cards to you, just showing you what I chose to include here and why. Starting with, of course, the obvious Dragon Temple. Now I do have this at 2. Maybe I should have had it at 3, but I have it at 2 because I don't feel like 3 is needed. I mean, it can be. I think it will be. Looking back at it, I think, you know, it might as well. Seeing how the con artists didn't really do as much for me, I think adding a 3rd Dragon Temple will be necessary, simply because it's needed for boosting your dragons, all of your drakes. It's your sources of power to make your drakes a stronger force, so you kind of do need... I don't know why I was thinking 2 temples. You do need 3, probably. But probably I was thinking that because Doom Ship is in here, and buildings and Doom Ship maybe don't go too well together, but I'm going to try 3 in here, maybe play some more games later with 3. Moving on, we have Faithful Drake, and sort of while we're in Faithful Drake, we can kind of classify all the drakes together. So Faithful Drake, Ice Drake, Fire Drake, Shadow Drake, and Green Drake, all in here to provide the muscle of the deck. Your units to combat all of what your opponent may throw at you. And of course, having that flying, that power, that stealth, that chain, the bleeds, all good aspects that drakes do carry, especially chain. I feel like, and you'll see in the matches upcoming, chain is extremely useful in combating what is currently the one of the top tier decks right now, that being the Awaken Bounce, and Bounce in general for that matter. They always like to clump their things together. With this Fire Drake and other chains like Special Delivery, which I do have in here as well, you can combat that effectively and take them out before they become an annoyance and grow in you know, in an uncontrollable size per se. So that's why I have especially the Fire Drake, but all the Drakes do serve as muscle, as sort of the core of the deck, next to Doom Ship as being the ones that you're going to drop off from the rally and charge right in. So they all kind of fit that same build. Following up, we have Mage Apprentice only at 2. I do like Mage Apprentice as a card, and feel like right now, at his current state, he can be thrown into any deck just to support it, not only with the chip damage he provides, but also the free spell can be pretty useful. Next we have Warrior at 2. I always like to throw in all the cleave units into my Doom Ship decks because they can pop out of nowhere, and if your opponent isn't really set up in the right position, it can do some devastating damage. So having the cleave in here is something I like to keep, and you know, not only cleave, but if I need another early unit and I'm not drawing my Faithful Drakes or Mage Apprentices, the Warrior does serve as an interesting body to defend. And while I mention the cleave, I also have Swordsman in here at 2 for the same reason, that cleaving aspect. From there, we do have Con Artist. Con Artist is, of course, the only source of ramp I have in the deck. I did have it at 3, but as from the matches that you'll see upcoming, I feel like having him at 2 is probably a better route to go. I don't think 3 is necessarily needed, so simple as that. Doom Ship, of course, the other core of the deck. Those rally, that rally ability is what you're going to be bouncing your drakes off of. So you'll send in your drakes from the rally into the enemy. Of course, being powered up by the Dragon Temple to provide some scary situations. Next, we have Dragon Bolt to provide any direct damage, as well as, and you know, what is it? the cost reduction. I'm looking at it right there. It's like I just can't remember it. The cost reduction will be useful in getting your combo of Doom Ship plus Drake out earlier, whether that be Doom Ship Fire Drake, Shadow Drake, Green Drake. You know, with the Dragon Bolt reduction, that can be done turn 5 instead of turn 8, or turn. Let's see, this was down to 1, so turn 4 instead of turn 7. So, excuse me. I think it's a useful tool to have, and the direct damage doesn't hurt either. Books is there for draw, simply. Flying Books, again, nearly in every deck, I think, at this point, for the drawing aspect. Ice Drake, again, same reason as, well, I kind of grouped all the Drakes together, so I don't know why I mentioned that. Blacksmith, simply additional attack power, making the Drakes even stronger. He could be subbed out, though. I feel like he isn't providing too much use at the moment, so he might be swapped out, or could be swapped out if need be. Of course, Fire Drake, Shadow Drake, we've talked about. Special Delivery, we've talked about and hinted at, but again, the chain or not the chain aspect, but really the AoE is needed to take out a lot of what's going around right now. You're going to have a lot of units coming at you, so Special Delivery is probably the best spell in hand to counter, you know, if a heavy push, per se. Next up, we have War Elephant. Simple. I should stop saying simply. I feel like I say that a lot right now. War Elephant. I do have the Doom Ship Rally, so if I can get a War Elephant onto face, I should take it. You know, and his body of 3/6 is something to help defend if need be. So, Aeroth, simply to power up all the other Drakes with movement and attack. So, sort of a supporting to all the Drakes. I've talked about Green Drake, talked about Swordsman. Villaroth is my hard removal, and you know, he can take out anything, literally, it's his ability. So, if I'm powering him, if I'm using Dragon Temples to power up some Drakes, I could use him for the, you know, removal aspect, rather than a murder. And then we have Mordok, because Mordok is Mordok at the moment. He's just insanely powerful, so he's in there as well. So yeah, that's the deck. Not very competitive, and I will demonstrate and reiterate in the matches to follow. This, again, is just sort of a fun deck that I came up with, and again, illustrates hitting combos. It's not necessarily meta combos, it's just hitting combos. They're there. So, I'm just, you know, bringing you fun decks. Everyone likes fun decks. So, with that being said, guys, let's hop right into the matches. Okay, so moving into our first match here, we do have a pretty decent hand, to say none the least. We have the Faithful Drake and the Dragon Temple, going to be some good early praise, followed by the followed by the Con Artist, and then possibly the War Elephant, depending on what happens from our opponent. I do see that he's running Ninja Warlock, which does scare me quite a bit. You know, if you follow Cards TV, you know that these decks are pretty prominent in the meta right now, and not in a good way, to say the least. So I'm a bit nervous on what our opponent might pull out here. What our hopes is of course that he's not too strong, you know, or he doesn't get his resources too quickly. Not to say that, you know, not trying to disrespect the player by saying not strong. That's sort of, that sounds like a what do you call it? A insult. But it's not. It's more like I'm kind of nervous on what could possibly come out, and that being the Karasume that should be coming out this turn if things are, you know, set in his hand. Which I am hoping it's not, so that way I can take advantage of him not having that Karasume and putting forth a more aggressive push. I did play the Dragon Temple on the last turn to make sure my Faithful Drake was at somewhat full power. Okay. So that Ronin's going to be a bit of an issue. He did push up Mage Apprentice quite heftily there, but I don't want to give him the satisfaction of taking out another unit with that Ronin. He could very well have a speed boost in his hand, in which case that's going to be quite the devastating hit. So, yeah, I'm thinking about what I want to do here exactly. I don't want to let that sort of damage hit me, because it's going to be pretty devastating if it does. So what we're going to do is going to, well, we'll throw out an War Elephant. We'll throw out the War Elephant to see if maybe we can throw off a speed boost. I maybe should have killed the Mage Apprentice with the War Elephant. in hindsight, simply because of I could put a pressure on him to forcibly respond to that elephant if he didn't have the resources to defend against it. Force that Ronin to take out the war elephant directly. But let's see what happens. Excuse me. Ronin's not able to deliver on. Well, he is able to. Okay, he gets the rampage, and that. Okay, wow. So does that just end it? Wait, no, he can't. That's right, he can't end it. I forgot for a second there. Rampage can't hit castle on the second strike, so we are safe. No additional damage for us today. That Masood is coming out, though. We should be alright. Okay, so let's throw out another Dragon Temple and an Ice Drake for to make this 5-5. His Masood just can't kill me. His Ronin Mage Apprentice combo, yes, that can kill me, but will he take that route? Will he, or really repower up? We know that he's playing Awaken now because of the way he's bouncing things back and forth in his hand. Again, really not in favor of these colors right now at the moment. They're sort of annoying to deal with. And the Maddie pulls a Lucky Saurus, so that's going to be a pain in my ass. That will take out the Ice Drake and leave Ronin, of course, alive. Which is not, I wasn't, intending for that to happen. Unfortunately, that's just a lucky pull on his part. We did freeze the Ronin, though, so that's a good sign. Although we are running low on the resources that we can do and the plays we can make. So I want to see something different pop into my hand, or something like more dragons. We haven't seen a lot of dragons in this game. We only had the 2 Ice Drake and Faithful Drake. Hasn't really been much else. Or Doom Ship for that matter. We haven't seen the Doom Ship. Again, it's why I like Doom Ship a bit more. If we had that, we would be able to reach out and kill a lot of these things he's hiding in the back there. But we simply don't have the resources. That'll give his swords +1. Maybe he played that incorrectly or was hoping for a different result. What can we do? We'll play Villaroth. Villaroth's going to get rid of course, the Ronin. And now he's going to have to trade the swords if he wants to get rid of my Villaroth. Or, the Masuta. But the Masuta's not going to kill it, and he'll just waste the Masuta attack on weakening Villaroth. So you see, he will trade the Dancing Swords. Those will, of course, die to Villaroth's effect. Mage Apprentice chips away for 1. Very, fine. Dojo coming out, which means we have to take a priority now in getting rid of a couple of things, actually. We can get rid of the... Well, can we get rid of the Saurus? The Saurus is going to be what reawakens everything. Let's see. We do have... Oh, what we do have, though, is somewhat of a savior. If we do this, we'll play a special delivery bomb. It's not going to kill the dojo, but it will kill everything else. Beautiful. And that's why special delivery is in here, for those secret bombs like that. So now he's dealing with a 3/6 Fire Drake on his face, with only 3 cards and a dojo out in the field. Gravestalker, though, will make the save for him, unfortunately for us, and the Hassan Missionary just to heal up everything. That's completely fine by me. We did take a lot out of him. And what we do have is the Mordok now. So adding insult to injury with the Mordok here. Hopefully he doesn't have one himself, or else it's going to be a weird interaction. But let's see what happens. We're expecting our Mordok to maybe die. Shodan is going to come out, though. Okay, Shodan. Not the worst thing in the world for us. He'll just look there menacingly, as Shodan does. So what we're going to do, chip away again at the castle. We'll get a White Knight. We'll also probably special delivery both the dojo and the missionary away. We'll also play an Aeroth right up on his face, and then maybe move a Banshee up as well. So we pretty much secured this game unless he pulls out some sort of lucky combination with the Shodan. Shodan has been, of course, told to have brought out some lucky combos, but I don't think he can kill it with 2. Does play the Saurus, but he's got to kill... Okay, Judge won't save him regardless. Okay, so he's going to try to kill the Mordok, and he does. Mordok is successfully dealt with. However, he's trying to kill the Aeroth, and of course he does as well. But he left that White Knight alive. I don't think we can really do anything with the White Knight. Oh, well, I mean, we can get rid of the Shodan anyway. At least that's the intention. So we're going to attack right here, which will guarantee him taking damage. We'll also play an Aeroth Green Drake combination. We'll throw this right up on his face. We'll put that right there. White Knight Shadow Aura kills off Shodan, weakens the castle, and we pretty much have this game secure. So it was looking bleak for us at the beginning, but we were able to pull out the win using the resources that we were given, and that just shows how effective DoomDrakes are. Of course, they're not going to bring you that victory every time. You know, with decks like that, they are a bit shaky. But at least we were able to, you know, see why Special Delivery and the Fire Drake chains are so useful. They can clear out those clumps of enemies before, you know, things like Dojo are starting to awaken. Oh, don't even need a transition because we're right in the second match here. Fantastic. So, gonna get rid of the Green Drake in our hand. Maybe should have gotten rid of the Aeroth, actually. Oh, well, things happen. We do have a nice 3-4-5. Not the, you know, build-up that we want starting in this game, but we do have, you know, at least a solid sort of, I guess, chain of ramp. I'm losing my words here, guys. You know, ranked has become very stressful lately. You know, it's why I've sort of taken a back seat on the ranking. If you saw my rankings on that last game, or in that transition. So we're gonna have to let the Sunflower get ever so closer to our face. How many do you explode for? 3. Okay. I thought it was different for a second. Mistaken. Let's do a Con Artist down here, so that way we're not threatening, or we're not being threatened too much by it. We'll keep our Con Artist if he wants to attack the castle. Yep, he does. And so he'll just flat out incinerate my, Okay. Alright, I see how it is. He'll take out my Con Artist. We'll respond with an Elephant. We should be alive by 2, and we are, so Elephant's not completely taken out. He can respond with another burn spell. He did have that incinerate, although I would think he wants to throw out a unit, if anything. What are you going to throw? Titan Watcher. Not the worst choice. Let's respond with, of course, a sneaky Shadow Drake. Our intention here is to plant this right up on face, in which case, well, we'll deliver a special delivery, in which case we can weaken the Titan Watcher to trade with the Elephant, and maybe weaken something that comes out this turn for the Shadow Drake to kill. At least that's the intention. It may not work to plan. Okay, Lore Master. So he will take out the Elephant, so we're going to have to forcibly trade the... Actually, no. What we can do, let's go a bit risky here. We'll send Aeroth to take out the Lore Master, and we'll trade the Shadow Drake with the Titan. Maybe we should have gone for offensive, but at 8 health, I don't want that 6 damage coming in and hitting face, so it's good that we trade now with the Titan Watcher to avoid any future catastrophes. Bleh, English. Okay. Velaroth will take out Velaroth takes out Aeroth. That makes sense, right? And Titan Watcher comes out to reinforce the Velaroth. Okay. Not the worst thing in the world for us. What we can do is we can let that 2 damage hit face, but we'll also throw out our Blacksmith and Books, not only for double draw, but we'll be able to use these 2 units, I think, later for reinforcements when we use our Fire Drake to take out, or at least attempt to take out, the massive horde coming toward us. Okay, so we boost the Velaroth a bit with a Dragon Temple. It's fine by me. Green Drake as well, and a Titan Watcher. Alright, so a bit of a sticky situation. However, I think we have the resources to, or at least I hope we have the resources to survive. If we don't, it's not good. Alright, what I can do, I think, is we'll do this. We'll shoot you for 1. There we go. Books is going to trade with that. We're going to sack our blacksmith here into the green drake, but it's necessary for the survival of the game, so it doesn't go to hell. Let's see. I'm thinking about what I can do here to follow up. I don't really think much. We were kind of put under that early pressure, and I think he has the advantage both in card and board. He's, he can just keep threatening units on us until maybe he's run out, but I don't think he's running out. Or he can incinerate my blacksmith and win the game. He's playing a search. Definitely going to help him with the draw. Takes out the blacksmith. Alright. Tarius Files. Alright. I don't... Could he have played something else? No. Let's go for an additional Doom ship and a Villaroth. So the Villaroth's going to clear out the green drake. Meanwhile, we are pressing 2 Doom ships up. Very nice, I would think. That way we do have some pressure with the Doom ships. We are threatening 2 green drakes next turn as well as a special delivery. Of course, he didn't play anything, and he'll play an Arbiter's Return. So he just wins the game with Arbiter's Return. Thanks, buddy. Oh, did I not? Oh. Whoops, I was mistaken. I thought he was going to end the game. He could have clearly ended the game right there. I don't know why he didn't. Kind of weird. But let's press... Oh, boy. It's going to be like that sort of... You know what? We're going to do this. The only reason I'm not attacking face right now is because I think he's got a second Arbiter's Return. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And we'll... Yep, he can do it. Nope, okay. I thought he was going to be able to. Alright. So the second Doom ship is eliminated. So we could have put some good pressure on right now. We didn't. That's alright. We'll keep the pressure up with a special delivery. And despite our green drake being weakened, we are again pressing the advantage, hoping to pick up a win here. Hopefully... but we never know what our opponent could have. Second Monster Tamer coming out. That's gonna... Okay. That's fair. We can work around this, depending on how he does the, how he follows, and if he follows up with any additional cards, that is. The Ramrus or Kaiser can clearly take out the Green Drake, but then that Green Drake is going to have to be, okay, Ice Drake. So he follows up with a third unit. So that's going to stall for a bit longer, I would think. There's no other way to get around that in my hand currently. Unless we draw something very useful. And I doubt that we are. Okay. Dragon Temple. Alright, not the best pull we could have gotten, but still a pull. Let's hope this does something. Let's hope. Green Drake's frozen. Will we have... Okay, so we'll actually have 1 turn, I think, to... Yeah, that makes sense, right? We might not win this. That's alright, though. I think our lack of push when we had the Green Drake advantage sort of cost us there. I thought he was going to pull out another Arbiter's Return. He could have clearly won 2 as well. I don't know why he chose to hit the Doom ship. But we'll see. If I pull an Aeroth, though, with Ice Drake alive, that'll secure us the win. It's all dependent on what happens in the next draw and how he deals. Okay, third Monster Tamer. Not what I really wanted to see. Okay, and yeah. So he's basically cut off our chances of winning here. He's got us pushed down, and with no direct damage that we have, it's going to be tough to deliver sort of direct damage. Yeah, we did get the Aeroth. So if he didn't kill off that Green Drake, we would have won there. But we clearly didn't win. Again, due to our lack of push. So we're going to have to, unfortunately, take the loss on this one. Yeah. Shows how sometimes the deck's not going to work out in your favor. It happens in CNC, folks, and we just weren't able to pick up the final win there. But that's pretty good. I I could go for one more. Yeah, you know, we'll try to go for one more. You know, this video is going to be a little longer, but, you know, might as well see what our final ranking is for the deck if we can. So, yeah, again, lack of push from us when we had the advantage was sort of the symbol that we weren't going to really win on that one. But hey, things happen, and, you know, not every game is going to be perfect, and that goes for all games that, you know, happen in CNC. Not everything is perfect. So, with that being said, we'll probably take you into the next match right around now. Alright, so moving into the final match here, we do have a better hand, I would say. We're not going to... Let's not keep the blacksmith. Let's see if we can pull something earlier. Alright, Shadow Drake. So not exactly earlier. Still rolling around. Okay, so we have another 3. So that's going to be fine. Alright, Wood War. I'm kind of looking at the colors here. Sorry if I just zoned out there for a minute. But he's not rocking the purple, so it's not the deck I'm used to seeing in meta. Of course, the one I'm used to seeing being, you know, the whole Warlock Ninja bounce, and that's a very annoying deck, by the way. I think if I didn't mention earlier in the video when we faced it, it again is an annoying deck. Ooh, we're being pushed. We're being heavily pushed. Alright, let's see if this can do anything. So we're gonna freeze the... Oh, shit. I messed that up bad. Shows what I know. I forgot. Ice Drake is on Retaliation, not Attack. I really think that should be Combo Freeze rather than Retaliate. Retaliate just seems to weaken it. And then here comes the Forest Revolt, so not only that's gonna do, yep, all the additional damage. Can you move? Okay. So we're just gonna get destroyed here, folks. Simply put, we're not gonna do well. We're just gonna simply let our butt get destroyed here. I don't think there's any way to really get around this. Is there? Actually, I think there is. There is. We can buy ourselves time for a few moments, but it's not gonna be much. Let's throw this here. And that there. Again, buy us some time, but it's not going to go extremely well. We're just going to get bum rushed, and that's completely fine. 9 out of 10. I think I won... I want to say close to... I think 7 or 8, depending on... it's a little fuzzy, but I think it's 7. Oh, yeah. Okay, you just move around. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just going to get destroyed like that. Where do we place? 27. So we're getting progressively worse. The game is telling us, and that's great. I think I really... and I was going to maybe do something on this, on like a little rant video, like the demon rant I did. But, sometimes... I feel like the current ranking is not at its best right now. It's just sort of a weird place. But yeah, that was DoomDrakes. Let me know if you guys enjoyed. Again, not the most competitive deck, but I thought it was fun to do a little sort of combo, or not really. Not combo. Yeah, it is kind of a combo. It's hidden combos. Duh. Excuse me one moment while I fix this, and I'll... Ugh. So yeah, again, deck's not super competitive as we've seen, but not all decks have to be. Really thinking the rank system is not at its healthiest state at the moment with what's going on. Of course, there were a couple of bad plays on our part, and not to mention that sometimes the deck isn't reliable as it should be, but I thought it was still a fun combo to mix Drakes with the Doom ship to have a little fun there, and I hope you guys found this enjoyable as well. So yeah, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the like button, share with your friends, and of course comment down below your thoughts on this deck, or if you want me to make a deck. I'm kind of running low on ideas, so I would love to hear your decks, your deck ideas in the comments section below. With that being said, guys, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so. Join the chat, or join the fun, support the channel, and all you gotta do is just click the subscribe button. So, with that being said, until next time, guys, stay gaming.